was the game they play in heaven.
Hello and welcome to Subbies TV. We're back for another week and we're excited. We've got a great panel for you today. We're going to be talking about all things finals because every division is into finals now. We've got some going into grand finals, some going to the first week of finals. It's exciting times for everyone. So let's get straight into the show. Slammin, you're back for another week.
Ninja, good to be here, mate.
Looking fantastic.
Pleasure to be here as always.
And Pepsi, you're back. I've brought you back.
Hello, Ninja.
You've just informed me that you're potentially the first person to be the winner of the Cowboy Cup with two separate clubs.
Not me personally, but the two clubs I represented. Yes, Blacktown in 2010 and Petersham in 2013.
Interesting facts all around. And Rob, you're our special guest for the day. It is the St Pat's Club captain. Tell us a bit about yourself, mate.
Yeah, very special guest, in fact. So I've been in Australia now for 3 years.
That's gold.
Thoroughly enjoying myself out here. Spent a year playing in South Africa as well.
Yep.
So as I've said, a bit of a globe-trotting superstar.
Yeah.
I've played in the Maccabea Games, losing to Australia in the final 2009. And just in England, just played some local rugby with friends and, yeah, just loving my time.
How'd you find St Pat's? Did you just played for them? Or?
No, I got recruited. Being a globe-trotting superstar, they managed to find me in amongst all the offers. I was looking through the offers.
Out there.
Yeah, exactly. And
Just
like,
Googled.
Googled globe-trotting
Bearded bald
superstar.
man.
Yeah, pretty much, and I was top.
Fantastic.
Rugby elitist. Oh,
Top.
here he is.
It was me, then Ben Franks, Simon Franks.
Yeah, of course.
And they've still got the
Now,
photos.
St Pat's have had a cracking year. They've got, 3 minor premierships?
Yep.
4 teams in finals.
Indeed.
And they're looking like pushing for grand finals in almost all those grades as well.
Yeah, we'd like to think so. I mean, as I said, with the minor premiers, we've got to really look to win this weekend and get these guys through. And then we've got the Burkies, we've got colleagues on the weekend. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but we want to go back to back, having won it last year. So.
In their second grade, of course. Well, let's get straight into the scores. Speaking of upcoming matches, etc., we'll look at Division 1 now. We'll just take a look at those scores there, and no surprises really.
None at all.
Across, I mean, colleagues getting up. Mossman got a good win against Beecroft. It's interesting, actually. Beecroft, they're a very fit side, but Mossman had their number until they replaced a couple of guys at the end, and Beecroft got some probably deserved tries.
I think that's always been Beecroft's history, though. They've always been one of the fitter clubs running around.
Yeah.
It's just having that
They've got some
size.
very skillful players. Their fullback he's a talent. He's a real talent. But unfortunately, it wasn't a year for them. Balmain, of course, using their superstars, getting up over Campbelltown 22-7.
Registered players, I think.
A good friend of Subbies TV, Glenn Packer, said he put a hit on Ryan Cross, was it?
He did claim that he managed to put one on Ryan.
Go on, you Packer. We'll believe you all the way, mate.
Apparently,
I'd like Ryan Cross to actually confirm that.
Yeah.
We're going to get a phone in a minute.
Apparently a very hard-fought win by Balmain.
Absolutely. And then, of course, St Pat's and Drummoyne both getting solid wins. The first grade boys, they're looking pretty good going into this week.
Looking really good. Just keeping rolling.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of this weekend, actually, we'll take a look at the table first. Here's the table for you, just to finish off the year. So you can see St Pat's getting the minor premiership, followed by Mossman, colleagues, Balmain. Drummoyne outside, first time in quite a while, maybe 5 years, I think it is. They don't make the finals for their first grade and second grade, which is crazy. Knox having a very good year, but again, unable to make the finals. And then Beecroft, Campbelltown, Hunters Hill and Iggy's not even getting a win this year, but who knows, maybe they can bounce back next year.
They managed to survive the cut, though. So
That's true. Hunters Hill look like, depending on how it all works next year, they'll go down. But yeah, it's a tough year, isn't it, when you're getting pumped 50-odd points every week?
Can't be fun.
No, I can't imagine it. Is it fun, Hunters? No. So Dip 1, we've got the major semi between St Pat's and Mossman. Slammin, what do you think here? This is going to be a cracker.
Oh, look, it's going to be one of the best games of the season. These two teams have knocked each other around both times they've met each other, and literally these guys can't move Sunday. We were talking off air about it, and it's going to be a phenomenal game, but I think Mossman have got the wood to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they've got a very talented, and the biggest thing I think for Mossman this year is depth. We've managed to have some depth. Some of those other clubs, colleagues, St Pat's as well, over the last couple of years have had really good depth. But I think Mossy boys have it. But you Pats boys
I'd have to argue that
can
one.
play.
Yeah, I like
really?
I like Hewitt as well. I mean, because there's no bias at all for the two guys on our left and right.
Who's your pick then?
Obviously, I think it's going to be a crackerjack of a game. There is a reason they're first and second. Pat's 15 wins, Mossman 14 wins. When you've got the best attack going with the best defence going into a major final, and that's St Pat's, Mossman going to have their work cut out. John brothers, they got Henry Clark, they got Michael Howes, Pats have got some quality players throughout that first grade team, and I think it's going to be a crackerjack game. I see Pats by 6.
Yeah, and obviously you're feeling that the boys will get up, but what's the feel amongst the team? Are they feeling good about this year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the whole way through the season, we just had we started well and it just rolled and rolled and rolled, and they've picked up momentum and some big scores come in. And I mean, just with the Mossman game, it's been one game more, and it's been like a hair between them on both games, and it's just so Saturday's gonna be huge and one that everyone's very much looking forward to.
It's worth the price of admission, Ninja. That
absolutely.
Yeah.
Get out there and watch
David
games.
Phillips Field.
Yep. It's going to be great, and I suspect possibly that that might be the grand final you sort of preview as well, potentially. But Balmain and colleagues, they are playing in the minor semi, and they'll be boxing on to last another week. Colleagues, very good outfit when it comes to finals. They're very experienced.
Been there, done that. Yeah.
You know, they know how to win these sort of tough games. But Balmain, the new boys to Div 1. They've got some talented players. Who do we think?
Well, this is one that just flip of a coin. I mean, as you say, colleagues have been there, done that. They turn up every year. They're always in the finals, ones, twos, however many teams they get in. But Balmain, you can't go put. They've got an incredible squad. Added a couple of superstar names to it recently, so those guys make a difference. And so it's going to be huge again. I mean, the Div 1 finals are going to just.
It's going to be so good to watch.
If you look at the numbers, Ninja, 2 bonus points separate those two sides.
Yeah.
Yep. I think your earlier statement, Ninja, about the experience of colleagues. Couple of things, 13 wins apiece. Colleagues had the harder run home, and colleagues beat teams above them. Balmain didn't beat anybody above them for the last 5 rounds. So I think just going into the big games, I think colleagues are just going to have the wood on them. The fact that Drew Mitchell probably will play first grade for Balmain because he has qualified. Whether he's there for the rest of the season, I don't know. But one man doesn't make a side. But again, another crackerjack game at the same time frame. So
absolutely, no, you want to get along. You want to watch these games. They're going to be great, and you do have people like Drew Mitchell, and that's why we love going and seeing those talented players.
Word's still out whether Dan Kelly plays for colleagues yet too. So if he comes back, that's another big plus,
boost.
Massive plus.
All right, moving on to Division 2, we had the scores from the weekend, and there was no surprise in the Brothers match, I guess. Brothers getting up 22-5 over Petersham. But Forest just escaping.
I lost my dark horse, Ninja. I thought hopefully we were going to get there. 3 points to separate them. I think that's a fantastic effort.
I think that's a massive turnaround for Oatley. They had such an up and down season. They really did. And they managed to squeeze into the final 4.
Yep.
Yeah. So 3 points. So we say goodbye to Oatley. And we say well done to Brothers. They wait to see who's going to be playing against them in the grand final between Petersham and Forest. You can shush. Slammin, who are we
I'll have the last say.
Yeah, you can have the last say, sure.
Look, Forest at the moment, they've got the runs on the board, they've got the momentum. They're certainly looking like a pretty powerful outfit. But this Petersham side, for me personally, I think they're going to get. it.
Fair enough.
If I'm brutally honest, I don't know too much about Forest apart from what I've heard from people I know.
Yep.
I know some boys down Petersham. Obviously, Brothers are a huge team, and it's always disappointing to lose, but the players at Petersham have got, I think they might have the quality to come out on top of that one.
Very quickly, what do you got, Peps?
22-5, fair indication on the weekend. A couple of things didn't go our way. Our biggest issue from the coaches was we just didn't hold on to ball at crucial times, building pressure. Will Brahms a very, very big piece, along with Chris Ching out of the Forest team. What they do across the paddock is just second to none. Our boys are coming good at the right time of the season. Hiccup last week. I think we'll train well this week, and I think we'll get the money to have another crack at Brothers grand final.
Does that scoreboard do it justice, Peps?
Not really. I mean, again, not making excuses.
You guys have been defending pretty well all season.
Better team on the day, I think, won. A try on the last 5 seconds, which makes it 15-5, and a 90-metre intercept try makes it 10-5.
Yeah, right.
Again, at crucial times, but again, take nothing away from Brothers. I thought on the day, they were a very, very good side.
Well,
their stars stood up. You know,
I think it's similar to Div 5 a little bit with Redfield. Brothers are the informed team.
100%.
They're the team to beat.
Yep. I would agree.
And the other team that rocks up the grand final
Has got a challenge.
has
Well,
got a real big challenge ahead of them.
I think we learned a lot of
Petersham
things.
has had one of the best seasons.
Yep.
And but so has Forest.
Correct.
I think Petersham will just get the money on that one. We'll move on to Div 3. Our boys, the Blue Mountains boys, went down against
I'm
their
devastated. It's the Hoodoo side.
Hoodoo side in Hornsby. That's I said it last week that Hornsby had their number a little all through the year, and they
Put
did
the
it
mocker
again.
on them. You put the mocker on them in the
I didn't mean
finals.
to. Sorry, Blue Mountains. 13-8, and Blue Mountains now take on a very hot to trot St George side who got a great win against University of Western Sydney Hawkesbury. So Blue Mountains, can they bounce back?
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
Straight up.
Yep.
Straight up.
Okay. We won't even talk about it any further then.
I'll just go what they said.
Yeah.
What,
Thanks, Rob.
what would make it interesting would be a Blue Mountains Hornsby final with the stats.
With those sort
well
of stats
against them.
going in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
But,
they have been the form team on top of the comp in first grade
This
all
is
season.
the hardest thing when we haven't seen the game, obviously, and we don't have the footage, because that scoreline, that could have been a last-minute try. It could have been anything. So,
Correct.
try to get us that footage, because we want to see the results. We don't want to just read the scores and make assumptions when we could be way off. But Hornsby have always stepped up against Blue Mountains, so they'll be waiting this weekend to see whether they'll be taking them on in grand final.
Hats off to the Hornsby coach.
Oh,
He's-
absolutely.
He's
Yeah,
obviously
100%.
worked him out.
He's worked him out. No, absolutely. But, also hats off to St George. They've had a very good back end of the season in particular. They've got a massive run of wins. They get another good win on the weekend, and they're into the grand final.
As I said earlier, Ninja would like to have seen what would have happened if Hawkesbury Valley would have made that
Absolutely.
Final Four.
Absolutely. All right, we'll move on to Div 5. Now, we've got some grand finals this weekend for Division 5. It's very exciting for these boys. I've spoken to Paddy from good old Panda, I should say. To call him Paddy, that's a bit rude. Panda from Sydney Irish, and he's very excited. Their first year in the comp, and they're in the grand final against Redfield Old Boys. They managed to get over the Sydney Harlequins on the weekend, 23-17. It's a very good effort by the Sydney Irish boys.
Yeah, I think the Harlequins boys will be absolutely devastated.
Yeah, well, we spoke with Tony the other week. He was very confident that he had the game plan to beat the Irish, but who knows?
I think Panda said he's relatively confident up against Redfield, didn't he, for the
Yeah.
grand final if they got the second
He
bite?
said if he gets enough, well, they only went down by 5 points the other week, so yeah. Redfield Old Boys, Sydney Irish.
Harlequins finished above Irish, so for them to get the win, Irish finished above
Yeah.
Harlequins to get the win was good. But Redfield has beaten both Irish and Harlequins both rounds.
Redfield's
season,
lost, I
so-
think, 2 games this year.
Very, very
Two
good
games
team.
in something like 3 years.
3 years or 4 years,
Yeah,
so
4 years.
they're going to be hard
It's
to beat.
a hard one, yeah. It's hard
Tough.
not to back them, but Sydney Irish, they're ready. They've made the grand final. I mean,
Yeah.
everything changes.
Yeah,
It's one
did they
game.
have their grand final last week?
Well, maybe. I don't
First
think
year
so.
in the comp,
Is
it's a
it?
huge result,
Massive.
irrespective of
First
how it
year,
ends.
I mean, just ride the crest of a wave, enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
especially in the final, you just
Yep.
keep rolling. You've
And
only
that-
won last week.
And that's what Panda was saying, is that I think the boys are excited. He's over the moon. First year, let's go, is sort of his attitude.
And no one
It's
can
great.
understand what they say anyway. It's fantastic.
Lovely, just lovely. And in the second grade grand final for Div 5 is Redfield Old Boys again against Roseville. So that's going to be the second
Another
grade
cracker.
grand final. So get along to watch all those grand finals, and the finals for Div 2, 3 and 6 are all at Macquarie Uni.
Yep.
So get along to there and watch those. Speaking of Div 6, Dundas Valley, Clovelly playing out to try and make a grand final spot.
Chatswood are gone.
Chatswood's out. Well, they had
The
a
dream
great
is
year.
over.
Yeah, they went down to Clovelly 27,
Try that.
22, and that's a great season. Huge turnaround from last year. So hats off to the Chatswood boys. But unfortunate, they just fell short.
And Grammar are back.
In Grammar, well, they are ready to take a win, aren't they? They're in the grand final, and they're going to be watching this weekend to see whether they'll be taking on Clovelly or Dundas. Yeah, Clovelly's had Dundas's number early on in the year, but they've gone one apiece. It was a 94-0 victory at the start of the season, and boy did Dundas turn it on after that.
And Sydney Grammar stopped the Dundas juggernaut. That's a
Correct.
14 on the trot before the last week's game. So
Quickly, who do we think's going to win that one? Dundas versus Clovelly.
Any team that scores 703 points on the season, averaging 39 a game, they get my vote.
Clovelly?
Correct.
Excellent. Slammin, what are you thinking, mate?
mate, I'm gonna have to agree with Pepsi.
Yeah.
Clavelli have got.
Rob, you
class.
might not know too much about the sides.
I'm just looking at Pepsi's notes because he's come with a whole load of notes, and so I'm going to have to go
with his
go
doctor's,
with
with his
it.
doctor's handwriting.
Exactly.
So
So
I'm not a superstar,
Clavelli can score points. They are
Correct.
they are a very good outfit.
and they don't leak many either. So.
Yeah, but you know Dundas.
True.
They're,
So, yeah, anything happens in finals, you know that, Ninja.
That could just be their one hiccup.
Correct.
That's it. And maybe they needed it. Some teams need that before they play that grand final.
I just think Graham are going to be very hard to beat in the grand final the week after, no matter who
No.
they come up against.
I do agree. Well, that's all the division finals that are coming up this weekend, and we're wishing everyone the best of luck. Get along to David Phillips Field or Macquarie Uni Fields, Ovals, whatever, Macquarie Uni, and you watch all the finals because the more we get there, the better it is for the guys. And I mean, you know how it is when you're playing finals. You want your supporters there. So get along, watch the games. They start early on Saturday, and we'll be reporting on them next week. For now, we're just going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The Bunker Studios in the heart of Sydney's CBD is a unique production space that specialises in producing online video content. Your audiences are 5 times more engaged, and they are 85% more likely to buy products and services when you have video on your site. So whether you need small video campaigns or want to produce a live event that can interact with all your database, contact the Bunker Studios or visit our website.
Hello and welcome back to Subbies TV. That's right, Subbies TV. You might have noticed in the first half we were brought to you by Bunker Studios, and we want to thank Bunker Studios because they're the guys that have put it on all year for us. They did it last year as well, and without them we wouldn't even be able to shoot the show. So a big thank you to Bunker Studios and all the guys involved, and that's why our TVs were that way. It was not a mistake. I promise you that. Right on to Media Madness. It's time for some photos. We've got some great photos sent in to us this week. We've got a couple from Balmain. So here's the first one of the packed house. It's the packed house in the Campbelltown clubhouse there. So all the Balmain boys, they were very impressed. Campbelltown, without a doubt, this year have put on the best speeches.
New facilities make such a change, and everyone's making the effort now with bus trips and so forth.
Absolutely.
I think it's
But
great.
it's not even just the facilities. They put on the feed, and they're a great bunch of boys. And the bus trip out there does help. But yeah, so that was the Balmain and the packed house there. And then a couple of the boys, they all got dressed up here. And check out that mo. That is something.
Superb.
That is something different. Now, here's moving on to something a little less awesome. Is we've got a photo here of one of the boys from King's Old Boys. Now I've got it here. He's a 4th grade. They won 20-0 over Forest on the weekend, and he busted his wrist. And we'll show you. This is him with the cast on, and he busted it because he made a try-saving tackle, and something happened after the tackle, which we won't mention. And here's the pins. Look at these X-rays.
Oh, ow.
And then there's another one.
why do we play this game?
And he's got here actually. If any of the panel can advise how to operate the computer with one hand, he's got a couple of assignments to do. So we're not volunteering,
Just
mate.
move the mouse around to the other side and do it all left-handed.
Yeah.
Use your nose.
Does he have any special friends?
Look at that. I'm putting that back up. Look at that. That pins.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Siri on the mobile phone.
Yes, exactly.
Start talking.
That hurts. That hurts. Anyway, we'll move on. We've got a video sent in. Wrist hurts. Video sent in from this is
I'm
from
not
Mossman's.
going there either.
Thanks, boys.
RSI.
Mossman's end of season party. We have boat race every year at the end of season party with all the grades, and so here's just a little bit of footage. We won't show you the whole thing. So the boys, it's a bit grainy actually. So bad work, boys. Whoever filmed that.
Is that your phone?
No, it's not even my phone. But you can see there right at the end, 4th grade getting the win. So go the 4th grade boys. And we're all dressed up in 80s.
Are you in there somewhere? Is
You see me for a glimpse at the end, but maybe we'll.
Okay.
Don't have to mention that.
No.
It was 80s theme. It was a good night. But yeah, good boat race by the boys. So that's the first boat race we've seen for Yonkers.
And you obviously
And we didn't even
organised
time it.
You organised it.
No, I didn't even organise it this time. But there's still time to get boat races in, so feel free to send them in. Otherwise, Hawkesbury Valley's going to win the whole thing. So it's that simple. Oh, there you go. They win something.
They'll probably win some lower grade finals as well.
And that too. But, boat race is a bit more
Very
prestigious.
important.
you'd think.
Absolutely.
All right, we've got aspirational side. Now, this one's been sent in by colleagues, and it's for one of their guys. His name is Johnny Pappas. I hope I've pronounced the last name right. Now, he doesn't play as such, but he has been a water boy for the last 15 or 20 years. Now, we'll play a bit of footage while I'm giving him his background. This is great. This footage from Bali, and he's scoring a try. It's guys just missing him there, but he's a true clubman. Rarely misses a game, and he usually runs the water from 5th grade right through, and he never complains. Never complains at all.
Pretty sure he used to have a shirt that said Drinkmeister on the back of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
They've actually, you can tell that he's a big part of the club. Like I said, 15, 20 years. They've got an award named after him as well at presentation night. So,
Can't do it without 'em.
absolute legend. We've now got a water boy for the aspirational side. This is
Brilliant.
fantastic. But how good was that footage? It's just,
Good to
That's
see.
what rugby's all
Yeah.
about, mate.
they
Very
said
impressive.
that was his. They think it his one and only touch as well. So good on you, mate. And you keep running that water because you need guys like that. That's what it's. That's
Clubs are
exactly
built
what
on
it's
that.
about.
Clubs are built on those type
Yeah.
of guys.
You,
100%.
some Pats have a couple of those boys as well. You've got one of those old boys that runs the touch
Yep.
line.
He's there.
Almost away games as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every year he's there. Got a couple of boys that run the water as well.
Yeah.
So
No, it's awesome.
Great to
And
see.
that really does. That I was talking to someone today about Shoot Shield and Subbies, and they're like, "Oh, what's Subbies?" And I was like, "Ha, Subbies is the best thing in the world, and that's what
Have
it's
they
about.
not
It's
seen the
about the
show?
sport.
Yeah,
It's
I was
about the
going to say, do they not tune in?
Good point.
Exactly.
Brought that up. But yeah, but it is. So good on you, Johnny, mate. And you're in the aspirational side as our water boy, and you can play as well when we have a game. Club announcements time. Club announcements. Well, we don't have too many this week, but we do have finals. So get along to David Phillips Fields and Macquarie Uni Sports Fields to watch the finals this week. There's going to be one grand final in the grand finals in Div 5, and then major semis, etc. for Div 1 and Div 2, 3 and 6 will all have their last final. So get along, support your team, or support the teams you want to win as well. If you didn't make it, get along and barrack the guys you want to win.
Support anyway.
And just get there, have some beers. I mean, it's all the money goes back into the subbies anyway for the administration.
Got to pay the Timmy Richards.
Got to pay Timmy Richards for that haircut.
Yeah, that doesn't come cheap.
That doesn't come cheap. Redfield Old Boys, we're giving a shout out to them. Here's a couple of photos. They won the Harlequin Cup. And it's one of the closest Harlequin Cups in the last couple of years. There was about 4 teams that had a shot going into the last week. So well done to the Redfield Old Boys, and potentially they could get all 3 crowns if they get first grade and second grade this weekend as well. So
And commiserations to Mossman, because they're actually going for 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So well done to Redfield. That's
Yeah.
a huge effort.
yeah, well they got a very good win of 31-12 off the top of my head against Mossman on the weekend to wrap it up. So well done Redfield. Maybe it's a new hour. Ooh. I don't think Mossman will let that happen, surely. And now, this is a very important thing. It starts next year. It's called the Bingham Cup. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's from the 27th to the 31st of August. Next year, Convicts will be hosting it. It's the Gay and Lesbian Rugby World Cup, if you will. And it's fantastic. These Convicts boys have gone the last couple of years, and I think they've won twice out of... and runners up once. They're hosting it next year, so it's going to be a huge event. It's going to be a massive sporting event for Sydney. And so we want everyone to jump onto the website, get all the details, and work out how you can go to all the functions, watch all the games. But so you can get a bit of a feel what it's about, here's a little trailer. So there we go. There's a little snippet of what it's going to be about. That's awesome.
Looks like a lot of fun, mate.
Yeah, and those guys, it's a huge thing for them, I think, because we want equal. You know, there shouldn't be. We've heard all these stories. I read one just the other day about a guy that left a team because of he was gay and he wanted to go and play with convicts because he'd be accepted. And you know, you should be accepted no matter who you play for or what your choices in life are, etc. You know, what colour hair you have. It should always be accepted.
Always debatable, that one.
But
Hey,
no,
there
I
are two
think
of us here.
I can't wait. The convicts are a great.
You've moved on to.
They're a very good team. They're a very strong team, and we wish them all the best of luck next year, and maybe they can get it back, win the Bingham Cup. There you
Indeed.
go. Peps, do you have something? You look like
Just a couple of little things, Ninj, that I just think should be brought to people's attention. Darren Barlow, a stalwart from Petersham Rugby, is looking for his either 7th, 8th or 22nd premiership this week or next week if
Right.
they make it through. I'm pretty sure he's won 6 and going for number 7, which is a pretty impressive effort for anybody, no matter which way you look at it.
Absolutely.
The only thing I'll ever bring up about it with Daz is that none of them are first grade, but apart from that, he's done extremely well in his rugby
so
career.
it's just a shout out to Daz. Pretty
Just
much.
shout out to Daz, and good luck with the
Right.
Chamois third grade this week because they're trying to get themselves into the grand final along with our
Good luck
first
to
grade.
Chamois. You've just
Yep.
hijacking this
Yeah.
segment. Yep.
Division.
You've got one more.
Just a couple of little things. Joel Brooks scored 3 tries for Brothers last week. Oh, surprisingly against Chamois. 31 tries on the season. This kid has scored. And let me
How'd
give
you
you the
go,
tip.
Ninja?
He is quick.
5. Got 5.
That's 5
Scored
more
one on
than
the
me.
weekend. Patang.
Well,
Just a massive palm.
We actually got to touch him in the car park, which is a lot more than most of our players did, which was good.
Yep.
And
You've got another one.
Petersham's tradition of travelling the world continues this year. We're off to Macau, Hong Kong, China and Thailand. And for
Is there
those,
any rugby involved in that?
there are 3 games, one in Hong Kong, one in China and one in Thailand.
Perfect.
So
And you've got some spots. Is that
there are
the-
some spots if people want to
We've got there.
get a hold of us. We're taking a touring party of 30 full-time and there's a couple there, but we've got some transients who are popping in at different venues and different spots. So
Cool.
should be a whole lot of fun.
So where do they go? What, the website?
We leave, go to the website, we depart 25 October.
Okay, 25th of October. Go to the Petersham Rugby website and you can get all the details for the tour if you want to be involved. Good luck to Petersham third grade. Good luck to Petersham guy winning
And-
7 things. What?
Joel Brooks, 31
Club.
tries in a season, mate.
Yeah, no, that's a huge effort. That
Anyway,
is
back
a
to
big
you,
effort.
Ninja.
Yes,
Thanks.
it's your show.
Because it's my show. All right, the last club announcement for the day before we wrap up with the dark horse is, of course, Holdings Bits. Holdings Bits is on every Friday, so jump on the rugby website, the New South Wales rugby website, and you can check out Holdings Bits. He covers all the finals, and he's getting really intricate with it now. He's got his tips, he's got his favourites, and some awesome stories, and of course his jokes. So jump on every Friday to check out Holdings Bits and keep up to date with everything. That is Subbies Rugby. That's it. If you've got anything you want to send in to us, you can send it into rugbystuff@subbiestv.com.au, and we want videos, we want pics, especially it's finals times. Please send them in. We want to see them after this weekend. Hopefully we'll get some footage of the grand final between Redfield and Sydney Irish. But that's it for club announcements, and that's pretty much it for the show. So it's finished with a dark horse. What's our dark horse? It's anything from the finals, I've decided. So any finals team, try to pick a dark horse. It's a hard one. What are you thinking? We've got no one. No one's thinking of it. Slammin.
Dundas to beat Clavelli.
Dundas to beat Clavelli. That's a good dark horse. What do you got, Peps?
I just took Pepsi.
You just took mine. Thank you very,
Dundas to
very
beat
much.
Clavelli. You can go the same.
No. Petersham to beat Forest.
Petersham to beat Forest.
It's not a dark horse.
Not really a dark horse.
That's
No,
his
it
favourite.
very
isn't it?
I'm just
biased.
I'm going to go there. What else
I'm
do you want to do?
What do you got, Rob?
I'm going to go with Sydney Irish.
Yeah, that's what I'm going as well. Sydney Irish to beat Redfield Old Boys. That's a good one. Well, that's it for the show. That's a great way to finish. Look at that. That's it for the show this week. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you share. Jump on our Facebook page and like us as well. We like being liked. Slammin, thank you for being on the show this week.
My pleasure, Ninja.
We'll have you back next
I like
week.
being liked too.
Peps,
Don't
We
we
all
all?
like.
Don't we all?
Peps, best of luck with Petersham for the rest of the year.
Yep,
Best
we'll
of
see
luck
how we
with
go.
your world tour that you're going on.
Not quite well, but it's fairly big. And nice to see you not being in Venice this week for the film festival.
I did
Ninj.
get back for the film.
You did.
Thanks,
You
mate.
did. Yep.
You can check out that film very shortly. We'll be releasing it. Rob, and thanks for coming on the show, mate.
No, Marty, thank you.
No,
Good fun.
pleasure's all ours, and best of luck to
True,
Pats.
true.
You've got four
Yeah.
teams in the finals.
effort.
Yeah, Big couple of weeks. Big
Yeah.
couple of weeks.
And I will be out there not backing some Pats. I'll be backing Mossman. So we'll see you out
Might
there on
see
the
you
weekend.
and I might see Rob in the grand final.
There you go. You might do. Well, yeah, Slam might be
Yeah,
playing.
very much so. Yeah.
All right, that's it for the show, guys. We're going to wrap it up. So best of luck to everyone that's playing this weekend. And until next week, enjoy your rugby.
It was the game they play in heaven.